Now, your local weather with the KX Storm Team.
Hey, Tom.
How's the weather?
How's weather?
Oh, isn't that cute? Need a little help, but that's what made it cute, wasn't it? And the weather, well, today and tomorrow is going to be pretty nice. And, well, comparatively, especially when you talk about the end of the week, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Right now, we're looking at the KX Cam in Minot, and not a whole lot of traffic going on right now, 33 degrees. The wind's dropped off quite a bit, now only 17 miles an hour, so it does feel like 22. In Bismarck, 34 degrees. The wind has dropped off to 9 miles an hour. We had winds 20 to 25 miles an hour earlier today. Williston's 29 degrees, 9-mile-an-hour breeze, and in Dickinson, 29, and the winds out of the west-northwest at 12. So here are some of the other temperatures around the area. We're looking at 20s to some low 30s, and these are actually just normal or a little bit below in most locations, so it's not terribly cold. It's not picnic weather either. And then the wind speed in many cases has really dropped off 10 to maybe 15 miles an hour in most places. Now there's a couple of exceptions there, but overall pretty light. And even if we throw on more towns here, mainly 10, 12, 15. Well, Bowman at 16 miles an hour. You can see Wishick at 12. And up in the north of Lake Sakakawea, looks like 10 to 15. And I think two exceptions would be Minot and Tioga, just a little over 15 miles an hour. So what's going on this weekend? You might have heard there may be a storm on the way. And so this is kind of a big picture view. This isn't an actual forecast. This is one computer model. There's really only two long-range computer models that go out that far, and they're both somewhat similar, but not exactly. So for tomorrow, we're going to have relatively decent weather in between these two highs, and this is going to be a big, big storm. It's the track of that storm that's going to be real important for us. So here we are tomorrow, and Wednesday looks like it might be even nicer. Might be a little bit breezy in western North Dakota, but generally we're still in between storms. Could be some travel headaches at O'Hare Airport or maybe Minneapolis at some point Tuesday and Wednesday as the storm gets up into the Great Lakes. That's headache number one if you're flying before Thanksgiving, but Wednesday looks okay. Here's that storm. Should be inland. Right now it's out in the ocean. Should be inland on Wednesday, and then possibly diving into, turning into a Colorado low by Thanksgiving. Now this is showing some snow, but it'd be very light snow. It's entirely likely that there's going to be a big a big layer of dry air, so it may try to snow and evaporate before it hits the ground, at least early in the day. By nighttime, the air will probably saturate. We're likely to get some snow, but I don't think this is going to be a travel stopper. This one really shouldn't be. Then by Friday, now here we are, we see the center of the storm possibly getting into Colorado by now, and that's not really deep blue, and it's not terribly windy, probably breezy. So here we are Friday at 12 noon, and then by Friday night into Saturday, and this is going through Saturday afternoon, but you can see how dark those blues are and all those lines. That means the isobars when they're close together, windy. So on this particular forecast model with this particular track, we could get a lot of snow, and it's probably going to be very windy on Saturday, and then on Sunday it pulls off. Again, there's another forecast model that is close to it, but not exactly. And so in the next, probably, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow, but probably the day after, we'll start giving you some potential snow totals, because things really could change. But as of right now, you might want to plan on Friday and Saturday and maybe even part of Sunday morning being pretty tough travel. Right now, here's the next 72 hours for Dickinson, and pretty good odds by late in the night. Same thing for Williston. You can see how the temperatures are dropping off. Temperatures tonight will be in the 20s. Tomorrow, we're going to top out in the 30s. Here's a look at the next 7 days, and you can see this. You can see that's that weekend storm, and then after the storm goes by, it's going to get really cold. But Lauren, it does look like we're probably going to be dealing with something this weekend.
Yeah, that is not great news. Thanks so much, Tom.